Hey, hello guys, welcome back to INSECTECHS. In this class, we are going to see the second phase of pre-exploitation, and in this phase, we are going to collect the information actively. It means that we are actually probing the target directly, and the target will recognize or will capture the logs or find the source of attacks that are done by the hacker or penetration tester. So in this topic, we are going to learn about load balancing, but let me take to the scenario. So this is the scenario. Generally, we hackers or users over here will access the internet or target a resource directly over the internet. So this does not look as simple as we are seeing over here. Whenever we are accessing some files or folders or anything from the internet, the serving company or servers will have a security guy standing and looking at the network traffic, what is coming and what is going, and this is called as a security implementations or security policies. And it is done by implementing like firewalls, VPNs, and IDS, IPS, as you can see over here, IDS, IPS, or load balancers. So intrusion detection systems, intrusion prevention systems will stand in front of the servers in order to protect resources that are there to serve the clients or users. So in this topic, we are going to learn about the load balancers. So what is load balancing actually is? So load balancing is a technique that is generally used by companies giving you services by its servers or even in a network domain that is used to distribute heavy traffic that is accessing the resources. So once there is a heavy traffic, one particular server, then server may not serve its purpose because it becomes overload to handle such a large amount of traffic, and the resources become overwhelmed, as you can read the text over here. Load balancing is a technique used in computing world by servers, whether web servers, FTP servers, email servers, and so on, and a networking domain to distribute incoming traffic or computing workloads across the multiple servers or resources. The primary goal of load balancing is to ensure that no single server or a resource become overwhelmed with too much traffic or workload, while others are underutilized. So this helps to improve the performance, availability, and reliability of applications and services. So servers make sure that there is no bottleneck and each and every client or end user must access resources that it is providing. So why load balancers are used? Or load balancing devices or load balancers are used to distribute the work or distribute the traffic basically. So incoming traffic is distributed across multiple servers instead of handling by a single server. That is to prevent becoming a bottleneck. Then high availability. The load balancers can detect when server becomes unavailable or fails. They can redirect the traffic to a healthy servers. So whenever some servers are faulty, so the traffic you cannot stop your business. The traffic has to be routed to another server, a similar server, which can serve its purpose to the end clients or users. Then the scalability. Load balancing allows for easy scaling of resources. When traffic increases, new servers can add pool and load balancer will distribute incoming traffic. When traffic decreases, servers can again be removed. Fault tolerance. Load balancers can route the traffic when servers are experiencing issues. So when there is a problem with a single server, faulty server can be put aside, and the healthy server can takes its place. Security, of course, this is a major thing. Load balance can be configured to perform security related tasks such as distributing the traffic across set of firewall devices or filtering out malicious requests. This is what we are concerned about as a penetration tester. Then session persistence. In some cases, it is necessary to ensure that all the traffic from a particular clients are sent to same server. And of course, health checks. Load balancers continuously monitor the health of the servers and in the pool by sending periodic health checks. Example, ping or HTTP requests. Unhealthy servers are temporarily removed or suspended from the rotation until they recover. So as you can see over here, user or a hacker is accessing a web server to download some files from the database server over the internet, and this scenario is quite common for low traffic websites. But if you see over here, in this scenario there are heavy number of users who are accessing particular websites over the internet. So the companies with the large number of customers or large user database will deploy load balancing devices like you are seeing in this scenario onto multiple servers. For example, web server A, web server B, and web server C, so that traffic can be distributed equally on those all servers or the traffic can be distributed based on the capacity of the servers, thereby decreasing the load on the individual servers, and it increases performance of the company website as well as it provides the security. Even if one server fails, the other servers will handle the traffic. So how to detect the load balancing? Let us go to the Kali machine now. So let me go to the applications, and in information gathering you have under IPS and IDS detection, we have a tool called LBD, which is load balancing detection or detector. I'm sorry, and you can simply type LBD hyphen H to take. Do you want to install? Yes, we do want to install. If you are using a Ubuntu machine, type the command sudo apt apt install LBD. So this command you can use to install LBD, that is load balancing detector. So LBD checks if given domain is using load balancing. This is written by Stephen Bate, proof of concept, and might give a false positive, so be careful with this tool. This may give false positive. So the command to find the load balancer on a particular domain is LBD and domain name. Example insectechs.in. Hit enter. Checking the load balancing for DNS load balancing not found. Checking for HTTP load balancing, and Lightspeed Technologies found who is providing the load balancing. So insectechs.in does load balancing found via HTTP diff method. Checking for DNS load balancing, which is not found, but checking for HTTP load balancing Lightspeed, then we have a not found. So what is the DNS load balancing? Generally, DNS load balancing, it is a common practice by servers to configure the DNS, that is domain name system. So the domain name system will actually handles the client's request to distribute the traffic across the group of servers. Generally, it is to facilitate faster access to the domain by providing several IP addresses for a single host domain. Okay, so there are several IP addresses or several servers. So DNS is configured in a such a way, but the domain name is only a single domain name. Okay, so that is a DNS load balancing, which in this case is not found. While the HTTP load balancing is actually proxifying the HTTP traffic or sometimes HTTPS traffic across the group of servers. So proxifying is implemented, and generally they use algorithms like sticky round robin algorithm. So don't get too much confused about these kinds of algorithms. This is not the scope of this topic today. So HTTP load balancers by default they use sticky round robin algorithm to balance the incoming HTTP as well as HTTPS traffic, or you can call it as a HTTPS request. So in our case we have Lightspeed is providing, so that is the reason we found via method HTTPS diff. Let me do one more, like for example, we have to find out if any site has a DNS load balancing. We can say hack this site, which I have seen earlier. So now as you can see, we have a DNS load balancing found on hackthisite.org website, and the traffic is distributed across the multiple servers. As said, in DNS load balancing, DNS is configured to handle the requests. It has only one domain name. Okay, as you can see, one domain name but multiple IP addresses. This is how we can, a hacker or a penetration tester can find load balancers that are implemented by domains or the target machines. Okay, so this is a small tutorial on this topic. Have a great day. Thank you for watching the video, and do